was getting great shots, open shots, wide open shots, great looks. Maybe a little contest here and there, but unfortunately they wouldn't fall. We've been working on shooting all day after the game yesterday. We just couldn't knock them down. Even our best three-point shooter couldn't knock it down until late in the game whenever we needed a shot. Eric couldn't knock it down, myself, and Darius. So none of us could knock it down. Free throws in the crunch time, couldn't hit free throws. It was just one of those games where, even if we shoot bad, somehow we can still find a way to win. But take my hat off to West Virginia. They were hitting layup after layup, getting key rebounds, key stops whenever they needed. I think that 1-3-1 bothered us a lot, more than we expected to. We had been working on it. We had the offensive plays to run against it, but they just outworked us.
How hard is it for it to end this way with this team being as talented as it was and you guys being explosive?
It's extremely hard. Our main focus was the national championship. We truly believed that we could accomplish that goal. We had the players, we had the coaches, we had the team to get it done. Unfortunately, we fell short to a team that outplayed us. In the tournament, you can't let that happen, and they outplayed us, and now we have to go.
How does this affect your decision? What kind of timetable do you have? I mean, this run was different than anything you'd ever experienced in your career.
Yeah, I still have time to decide if I want to leave or if I want to stay. The deadline isn't for a month or so I still have time to think about if I want to stay or if I want to leave. So right now, just hang out with my teammates and do whatever I need to do to, lift the spirits up.
Have you thought about it much at all?
Not at all.
I assume that's a decision you wouldn't want to make right now.
Definitely not. That's why I'm not worried about making any type of decision if I want to leave or stay right now.
Patrick, is it fair to say you guys, because as good as you guys have been this year, you've had a great season, everybody here is in shock?
It's a shock.
Losing the game.
With the season that we had, with the games that we won, we are shocked that we lost. We know that they outplayed us. We know that they outworked us. They did the things that they needed to do to get the win. Unfortunately, we weren't able to. We've had games like this where we've shot poorly from the field, missed free throws, but our defense kept us in the game and brought us back. But unfortunately, Missoula was getting layup after layup. Banks and Butler and James, they all took over the game and hit crucial shots, and we just couldn't stop them on the defensive end. Whenever we needed to, we couldn't. So they ran their offense to the team. They executed when they had to, and we just couldn't get the stop that we needed.
Were you guys at times getting frustrated, especially in the first half when Butler started going off a little bit after he was going?
We know he's a shooter, so he's a scorer. He provides the most points for the team, so he can score at any given moment. You may stop him for a while, but he can turn the switch on at any given point. And he turned it on whenever he hit a couple threes in a row, had a layup, free throws. So we knew that he could turn it on. It was just all about stopping him and containing him.